Hi, everybody. It's Tiffany from the blog stuffparentsneed.com. I am also on Poshmark as Squeaker Sisters, SQUEAKERSISTERS. I thought I would try out doing a live video to share with folks what sold for me this week on Poshmark. It was a great week in terms of volume. I think I sold 29 pieces. That's a lot for us. It was not great in terms of overall profit margin, but I thought I would just show you because I learn a lot when other people do this. I'm just going to show you on my phone what sold, and we'll see if this is a good way to do it or not. I was messing around with editing a video that I tried to do earlier, and it was just too cumbersome. So let's just go live. First up is a pair of Kristin Cavallari Chinese laundry Layla heels. Here they are right here. They sold for a disappointing $13. They were in a ThredUp rescue box that I got back in October. Lots of interest. Could never get anybody to sell them. So disappointing. Next up, a pair of Saks Fifth Avenue blue patent leather heels with like kind of a shiny mirror foot. Also a disappointing sale at only $12. But I think they just had kind of a particular look, and so they weren't a shoe for everybody. We store shoes already in their priority mailboxes, so it's a good way to store them, but honestly, they take up a lot of space, and I just have too many shoes right now, so I was really, really clearing stuff out. Here is the third sale, was also a pair of shoes, also disappointing. These are Vince Camuto's leather wedges. The leather was so soft. Sold for a very disappointing $14. These were also from the ThredUp rescue box. If I were to see Vince Camuto out in the wild, it would have to be a very, very low price for me to pick it up. I thought those should have gone for like $40, but things are worth only what someone's willing to pay for them, right? And they, again, had been sitting since October, so it was time for them to go. This was a quick flip for me. This is a pair of ski pants. They were only up for like 2 days. I had listed them at 20. Somebody offered me 15 because it was already March. I thought it wise to just go ahead and take that rather than risk the possibility of having to sit on them until next winter. The next item is a little girl's dress. I called it an Elsa style party dress. This is from our personal closet. Really, really cute. That sold for $11. It's rare for me to make a good profit on children's clothing, but I was just happy to see that go to a good home. Okay, next up is a Lily Pulitzer sale. How is Lily doing for you guys? I'd love for you to leave me a comment below. I've sold 2 Lily Pulitzer items that I have been really pleased with the profit margin. Otherwise, it has been in the dumps. For example, this is what sold. I've been sitting on it for months, and it sold for $10. Maybe it's because it is white label Lily, so it's not a newer style, and maybe it's because it's not, a bold print. It's a very simple piece. Still, though, I was expecting to get double that. So if I were to see that same shirt out, I wouldn't pick it up again. Next up, this is also from Personal Closet, a size 3T, little Gap floral dress. My girls enjoyed wearing it. I was just glad to get a little bit of money back out of it. Sold for $8. And I think it was up for maybe a little bit over a month. Next up, last year's Easter dress for one of my kids. This sold for $10, Jonah Michelle. So again, a lot of these kid sales were from my personal closet. Something has to be really, really special for me to pick it up. Otherwise, it's usually something that my kids wore and that I'm just trying to recoup a little bit of the cost from. Next up, Aldo, a pair of stacked platform shoes. Very, very pretty, but very high heels. Again, disappointing, $10. I think I just broke even on these. These were also from ThredUp. They had quite a bit of interest, but couldn't get anybody to buy them. The next item, this is from a brand that is not like Plaza South Petite. Not a brand I really recognize. I picked it up because I thought the style was so pretty. I called it a portrait collar Jackie O style dress with 3/4 sleeves in a tweed, but it was a size 6 petite. Petites can be so tough to sell. Sat on this for a little while, eventually let it go for $18. I think that the new owner is going to be happy with it. I think because it wasn't, a nice brand and it had a very particular look, it was kind of hard to sell. Next up is a purchase that I just all around regret. These are Nikes, and they have a very unique look. They are Nike Posits Hey Penny. I think that's what they're called. And I got them for next to nothing. But as you'll see, I sold them for next to nothing as well. And it's because the sole was coming off from the front. So they needed some pretty serious repair. I did disclose that in the listing. But the buyer, I guess, didn't read it because she expressed much frustration with her purchase when she received it. And even though I know I disclosed it, you still feel bad. It was just an all-around bad buy. You know, I bought it because I was like, oh, it's so unique. It's Nike. People collect them. Somebody out there is going to want it. And eventually somebody did, but also she sort of didn't. And she just wasn't paying close attention. So, oh well. Next up is a Banana Republic distressed skirt in a size 2. This went for $13. I think this is very on trend. It was very cute. I was hoping it would go for a little more. I think because it's a small size. I got what I got. I think I had it for a couple months. Next up, another very disappointing sale. These are Jeffrey Campbell boots. They were also in my ThredUp box. I did sell them for $29. So in the end, I still made a decent profit on them. However, Jeffrey Campbell boots can go for over $100. I had these originally listed at like $85 or $90. Do you see how they're kind of cut out? They're a very just frankly odd pair of shoes that only a very particular person is going to want. And so, but it was just disappointing to watch them fall, you know, month after month. I would keep lowering the price, keep sending out lower offers to likers. It was just one where I was really hoping to make quite a nice profit, and it ended up being just okay. Okay, this Ann Taylor wool blend holiday blouse sold this month. One, it goes to show that you never know when things can sell. This is definitely a holiday kind of blouse. And I did have this up in December, and I think I didn't get it up early enough and I missed the boat. So I'm disappointed with the amount it got. I didn't make much money on it, but I didn't want to sit on it until, November. So I was glad to just let it go in the end. Okay. With that said, however, if you're sitting on Christmas themed stuff and don't have other things that you can list, you might as well list things because you never know when people are going to buy them. Next up, also again from the personal closet, a London Fog size 5 jacket. Sold for $12. I was happy to sell it. I put it up just a couple weeks ago. Wasn't sure if it was going to sell or if I had just kind of missed the boat, but my youngest had just outgrown it. And so I was happy that somebody snagged it. So next up, Mud brand Ella Wedge shoes with a tweed bow. Super cute. Got a fair amount of interest. I think I profited 5 cents on these though. These were from the ThredUp Rescue box. So by the time I paid my fees to Poshmark, this was just like an epic disappointment. I don't think I'd ever pick up this brand in the wild based on this experience. They just seem to have no resale value. If you have a different experience with this brand, let me know. Okay, next up, this is an LL Bean pullover sweater. I think I had this up for about a month. It's cute, yellow. I don't remember if these are black or navy stripes, but I was hoping to get a little more, but it sold for $15. I was fine with that. Okay, this is our best sale of the month. This is a Saks Fifth Avenue cashmere sweater. It kind of has like a black and white tie-dye look. Very pretty. I had it listed at like 48 because it's such a nice brand, such nice quality. Somebody offered me 31. I figure by March, I better let go of the cashmere. And it was a good price for the buyer and a good profit for me. So everybody wins. Okay, the next item, somebody paid full price for this. This is the brand Debut. It's an ivory. I called it like a fuzzy blanket sweater. I just loved it when I picked it up at the thrift store. Didn't know anything about the brand. Once I got it home, was disappointed to see it wasn't Anthro or it wasn't something that seems to have a good following. It's just kind of a boutique brand, and I kind of thought I was going to have a problem selling it. But somebody else saw it, loved it. Just has this like cozy, oversized kind of look, and they paid me full price, which was delightful. Next up, another ThredUp pair of shoes. These are Laura Ashley, kind of a coral pink with a gold toe, a little bit of a wedge. A disappointing $11, barely made any money at all on them, just needed to get them out to make room for other stuff. So I would not pick those up if I saw them out and about. Next up is a Soma bra. This is the first time I've sold anything by Soma. I thought the bra was really nice, looked very comfortable. I listed it for $20 and within 2 days had an offer for $15. That was a win-win for me and the buyer, and I just went ahead and took that. The next item is a Gap long sleeve floral dress. I thought it had a little bit of a 70s kind of prairie vibe. I had no idea how it was going to do though, and I think I've had it up for about a month. But this sold on Offer Selectors for $20 with a shipping discount, and I'm pleased with that. Okay, next is my only bundle that sold this week. I don't sell a lot of bundles. I wish I did. I buy bundles. That's how I buy often, but I don't know what the trick is. So there are 2 items in this bundle. One is a new with tags, Lewin Gray Dolman sweater. It's in a pale pink. I know the lighting's not that great. I hesitated to pick this up at the thrift store because I have some other Lewin Gray items. I love the brand. I think they have the cutest clothes, but I have a really hard time selling them on Poshmark. They just don't seem to have the resale value. But I decided to go for it because it was new with tags and I thought it was very pretty. And I'm glad I did, because basically it sold for $20. The bundle was $40. And then along with that, this is a Maeve from Anthropologie blue long sleeve top. So I just say they went for $20 each. So I thought that was a good sale. And obviously I think that the buyer has cute taste. Next, this is a Philosophy romper. So it's navy and white. It's got vertical stripes and it's got horizontal stripes. It's just a little funky and I've been sitting on it forever. So I was delighted to let it go for $16 plus a shipping discount. I would not pick this up again. I think it was just too quirky. Just could never find anybody who wanted it. Next up is an unworn pair of Clark's flats. I'd reduced the price a couple times and then somebody bought them outright at the price I had them listed at. I think $17 is very fair for them, and I'm pleased with the profit I was able to bring in for those. The next item, we've just got 3 items left. This is a vintage Pendleton polka dot career blouse. I picked it up because I heard polka dots are going to be big this season. It's still a vintage piece. I have several vintage pieces in my closet that are just languishing. And it's because to critique myself, I kind of randomly pick things up that I think, well, that's kind of cool, but I don't really know what I'm doing. So even though this sold, I probably wouldn't pick it up again. I think, frankly, I just got lucky when it comes to vintage pieces. You just have to get the right product in front of the right person at the right time. And honestly, I think that's what happened. I also do think Pendleton is a great brand. However, me personally, I have several Pendleton pieces in my closet, and this might be the first one I've ever sold. So I don't know. I don't seem to have the magic touch with that brand. Second to last piece, Duluth Company fire hose overalls. These are unisex overalls, again, from personal closet. My daughter wore them all of one time. They're really nice quality, so I'm really glad somebody finally found them. These have been sitting in my closet almost from the very, very beginning of starting Poshmark, so I'm so glad that they're gone. And finally, this is a piece that I've only had up for like a week or so. This is an Emma James linen blend blazer in a 22 wide. So this is a plus size. I just thought the floral print, was really nice for now. So I got that up. I think I had it maybe priced at 20 and somebody offered me 15, or maybe I offered 15 and I think that's what happened. I offered 15 and somebody took it. So that is what sold for me this week. I hope that maybe you found some brands that are new to you. I hope maybe you can learn from some of my mistakes. And look on my channel for the ThredUp video where I talked about the ThredUp shoe haul that I bought 1 month in, because I did turn a profit on that. It took about a month, but I did. However, I've had many other pairs of shoes that are just languishing and that I've basically had to give away from a profit standpoint. So a little bit of a wash. I think it's a great thing to do if you really have trouble finding inventory, or if your thrift stores tend to price their shoes really, really high, then it probably still is worthwhile. But I don't think I'm in a hurry to buy another box anytime soon. I hope that was helpful and that you all have a great day.